TRT gives you a better chin. Bigfoot watching TV stay home shirt. That happens in every fight really. Well, yay, he failed for horse steroids before Strikeforce and then failed for elevated levels of testosterone after that. Without his steroids, he's just a black belt on the ground. And he's only really good if he somehow gets on top to drop hammers, cause all that HGH made his hands huge. Decent striking too, cause he's got power, but his performances depend on how much peds he's on emo science project type shit from his manager. This is one of the guys that really have authentic technical reasons to be on TRT. He has an acromegaly. His pituitary gland overproduces GH, growth hormone, and that unbalances all his other hormones. When I started managing him, he was actually lactating. He has extremely low testosterone, so he has a real reason to be on TRT. Bigfoot watching TV stay home shirt. Tank top, V-neck. Ladies' tee for men and women. Tank top, V-neck. After listening to it and weighing the facts, I believe it to be legit. I've also met Bob Gimlin personally, and heard him talk about the whole thing, and he was one of the most down-to-earth people I've met. I don't believe for a second he was in on a hoax. I'm not saying it couldn't be faked, but knowing what I know now, I lean heavily towards it being real. But as to what the creature is, I have no clue. Before I listened to this podcast series, in my mind I had already dismissed the Patty footage off as a hoax. The Bigfoot watching TV stay home shirt. I had heard things like, someone admitted they hoaxed it, and someone had the suit, and therefore just dismissed it without really considering it or learning the facts. It was really nice to hear one of the Astonishing Legends hosts say pretty much the same thing and describe their familiarity with the film the same way. So after listening to it, and then later after meeting Mr. Gimlin, my opinion was turned around. Doug Hayacek, who produced many official Bigfoot watching TV stay home sweatshirt, hoodie, sweatshirt, hoodie. I'm 99% sure he won't take it, but can I offer him $1 million to admit it was a hoax? His boss approved, and as you said, Bob Gimlin turned down the offer immediately. They interviewed Doug Hayacek on Sasquatch Chronicles, and he talked about his own encounters, as well as his experience working with Gimlin. Yay. That whole thing was bogus. A publicity stunt. They would have never paid Gimlin the money, and he was smart enough to know it. There was another $1 million offer made, but Bigfoot watching TV stay home shirt. Who wants it? All you have to do is reproduce the Patterson footage on your own, using materials available in 1967. If you can do it, the $1 million is yours. All that said, Bob Gimlin is just a cowboy. A regular blue-collar working guy, worked the rodeo and horse farm work for years. Never made any real money. Just barely scraped by living, as he put it. I've always believed in Bob's story. He and could have never pulled off such an elaborate hoax. Hell, Bob didn't even know how to use a camera in those days, much less an 8mm movie camera. And Roger didn't know much more than Bob did. Other products.